Hello and welcome from beautiful Iceland here today. We're close enough to a glacier, so it's a little bit chilly, but a beautiful day. And today we're going to do a lovely Pilates workout that is safe and really nice for beginners and mixed levels. And anyone that wants to focus on increasing their mobility. We're going to target areas to improve your posture and your lower back as well. So, if you're ready, we're going to get started lying down on the mat. So, let's begin by just mobilizing the hips and the lower back. So, if you grab onto the knees, we're going to open them up around back down. So we're doing nice and gentle circles, having a light touch on the knees and just letting them move in a way that feels good. Focusing on that rotation from the hips. And let's go the other direction now. Breathing nice and steady down into the belly here as we warm up. So we're trying to incorporate a thoracic breathing or breathing down into our rib cage, warming up the center body as well through the breath. So one more circle. And now let's plant the feet down on your mat and open out our hands. And we're going to do some gentle windshield wipers, or just rocking our knees side to side, letting them fall down as far as is comfortable, bringing them back up and down the other way. So you might feel a little bit stiffer in one side than the other. That's all right. We're continuing our breath, deepening down into our bellies, expanding through the rib cage, expanding with our inhale, and then contracting with our exhale. Really focus on engaging the core muscles as you breathe out. Good. One more time. All right. Now you can bring your hands onto your pelvis and we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So we're going to breathe in, bring our spine to neutral. We're going to breathe out and arch the pelvis, the back. So you get this lovely arched position through the spine. And then the pelvis comes back down again. Tailbone goes down to the mat. Exhale, arching the spine. So we're rocking the pelvis here, up and down. So the tailbone goes down and then back up again. We're just moving the pelvis so the bum stays down on the mat for now. Focus on the spinal movement, the pelvis movement, and the breath. Exhaling as you arch. Inhale to neutral spine. One more time. Okay, let's continue this movement and go into our bridge position. So we bring our spine back to neutral. You can put your hands down by your side. Keep your knees opened to about hip distance. And scooping the tailbone now, we squeeze from our glutes all the way up into a bridge. So squeezing our hips up high so we have a line from our knees all the way through the hips down to the shoulders. Squeezing here, engage the belly. Take a breath and roll through the spine, slowly coming back down onto the mat until the pelvis lands and release. Let's do 2 more of these bridges. So neutral spine, then we scoop the tailbone, squeeze the glutes up, 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 engaging the core here, taking a breath, and then lowering back down vertebra by vertebra again from the upper body all the way down. Keep that engagement in the glutes until you land at the bottom of the mat. Release. One more time. Engaging the glutes, tilting the pelvis, scooping that tailbone up, all the way up into your bridge, squeezing at the top, breathing in, and exhale down. Try to keep your legs still and your knees straight while you lower down. Okay, from here we're going to stay up in our bridge and do a little bit of arm movements. So we're going to repeat again, squeezing the glutes, scooping the tailbone up into our bridge. Now, you might want to shuffle a little bit so you're nice and comfortable up in your bridge. From here, we're going to keep breathing. Breathe in, arms up and overhead. Breathe out, arms down. Now keep the hips up as you do this. So keep squeezing the glutes. Keep the core engaged. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms lower. 3 more times. Breathing in. Squeezing up in your bridge. As we also open out through the chest and the shoulders here. And the back, the upper back. 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Now let's lower down vertebra by vertebra once more until we release the pose. Okay, we're going to move on now to some toe taps. So let's just start from this position with our hands down on the mat, neutral pelvis. So we're trying to imagine that we're not arching the back, it's staying down on the mat. Inhale to prepare. Let's exhale, lift the right leg up into tabletop, moving from your hip joint, not from the knee. So you keep this angle with your knee. Lower it down and then the other leg, lifting it all the way up from the hip, lowering it down. Again, the knee is not moving. So you're not moving your leg, you're keeping it still while you move from your hip. Not arching the back either. It's staying heavy down on the mat. So if you engage the core here while you lift the leg up, exhale, lower it down. Balancing a cup of tea on your belly button. So it's steady, it's stable, you're not spilling anything while you move through the legs. Inhale up, exhale, lower down. Okay, let's bring both legs up to tabletop and do the same thing now. So before we do anything, check your alignment. Your back is down on the mat, and we want to make sure that our knees are directly above our hips so that they're not in too far and they're not out either. And if you find when you start lowering your legs down, if you're arching your back, then you need to make sure that you remove that. So you keep your back down and you bring it back to the previous level. So let's start with one leg at a time and then we'll move on. And if you can't control your back, keep it at one leg at a time. So we lower one down, touch the floor, bring it back up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down. Again, moving from that hip joint, not the knee. Keeping the lower back steady and stable. That cup of tea is doing great on your belly button. One more time here. So touch, come back up, and lower down, and back up. Okay, so you can continue with this or bring the two legs together. So inhale again. Exhale, lower both legs down, touch, and back up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. Very good. 2 more. Remember that cup of tea on your belly. 1 more. Okay. You can hug the knees in now and rock a little bit side to side. Breathing from the nose down into the belly again. And we're going to do a dead bug from here. So we're staying in this supine position on our backs. And we're going to bring our legs back up to tabletop. This time our arms are going to come up as well. Now, we are going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. But if you prefer to break down the move even more, you can just move one leg at a time and one arm at a time. So our lower back is stable, as always, heavy down on the mat. Inhale to prepare here. And then let's exhale, opposite arm and opposite leg. Okay, straighten it out and back to center. Exhale, other side. Lengthen and back to center. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, back to center. And remember, you can do this one arm at a time, one leg at a time, if you need to. So you pick your level here today that challenges you, but you're still comfortable and it's in your range of motion. So not forcing anything, and always connect to the breath. So focus on that inhale and that exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times here. One more time. Bring it back. Okay. Now, before we move on from this position, if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, you can do 2 arms at a time and 2 legs at a time. So we're moving everything now together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, stretch it out and back. And again, stretching it out and bring it back. Again, you can isolate the movement here, doing just the arms or just the legs. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, back to center. And last time, back to center. Okay, hug the knees again. Lovely. Okay. Now, we are going to go onto our bellies from here. So, we're going to start working our lower back specifically. So, we're going to do kind of a cobra variation. If you put your hands down on the mat, and I want your legs to be really activated here. They're not just relaxed down on the mat, but actually squeezing the quadriceps, squeezing the glutes. You can keep them on the mat, but that they're active, okay? And as you breathe in here, you're going to lift up through the back. Look in front of you and lower down. So again, breathing, lifting up from the upper body, the shoulders, the chest, and release. Okay, now you might start feeling this pretty quickly in your lower back, your posterior chain. So going here nice and slowly at your pace and your range of motion, not straining or forcing anything, and squeezing it up, lower down. Let's do 2 more. One more. And lower down. Okay, now we're going to stay on our elbows, keeping them tucked. If you find that this is too much of an arch in your back, you can bring your elbows further out in front of you so that it lessens that arch. So otherwise, we're going to start moving the legs here. So we're going to stay nice and upright in our backs, and we're going to start pulsing one leg at a time. So point the toe, we're going to pulse, 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 and then swap the other leg over. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So when we're pulsing, we're squeezing the leg in and then swap. Pulse, 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 squeezing those glutes. Pulse, pulse, doing 3 pulses, trying to keep the back engaged here as well. Squeezing the shoulder blades down and together. And breathing into the belly. Okay, we can start to go a little bit faster here if you like. Pulse, 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 pulse. Okay, keep squeezing the leg. One more. Pulse, 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 pulse. Lower it down. Okay, we're going to do swimming here. So we're going to start off slowly and we're going to do one at a time. So let's lift one leg and now the other. Lift one arm up and the other. And again, squeezing one leg up, squeezing the other. One arm and the other. Squeeze the leg, squeeze the other. Reaching it with the arm and the other. And again. Okay. Now we'll do the full swim position here. So we're going to swim with opposite arm and opposite leg. And go again, your range of motion here. So if you want to do nice and slowly, if you want to keep doing what we were just doing there, one at a time, that's perfectly fine. Or follow along with me and we do opposite arm and opposite leg, squeezing it up. Keep breathing, keep lifting, lengthening the arms and legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's go now into a lovely child pose. So you can keep your knees opened or closed. Just taking a couple of deep, slow breaths here. Noticing the belly drop as you breathe in. Contracting the ribs, belly comes in as you breathe out. Okay, lovely. We're going to do a couple of standing poses now to finish off, targeting that lower back again. Okay, so we're going to start with some squats. So we're going to bring our arms up as we bend the knees. And then bring arms down, standing up. Breathing in and out. Squeezing the glutes again. And trying to keep the belly button pulled in towards the spine. So that makes sure that we're not arching that lower back as we lower down. Okay. Now let's do some swoops. So we're going to swoop the arms back up, swoop. So lovely big rotations now through the shoulders as you squat down, going as low as you'd like in your squat. Again, keeping that alignment, keeping the belly pulled in. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Last one. Lovely. We're going to do some lunges. So we'll stick to one leg at a time. So what I mean by that is that we're going to bend one leg, the front leg, and then touch the other toes back and touch it forward. Touch it back and forward. And if you'd like, we'll bring in the arms. So we're going to open the arms, close. Open, close. For 6. For 5. For 4, nice and stable. 3, 2, 1. And let's swap over to the other side. Starting by touching the toes back and forward. Bring that belly in towards the back. So we're straight in our back, in our lumbar spine. Okay, bring in the arms. So open, close. Breathing in, breathing out. For 6. For 5. 4. 3. Opening, closing. Last one. Good. Reach up now. And over. Okay. We're almost there. We're going to do a little bit of core activation here. So standing nice and tall, and our arms are down by our sides. Our belly is still pulled in towards our back, right? Keeping that back of the neck also nice and long, okay? Think like you're being pulled up towards the sky from your back. And from here, we're going to breathe in as we try to reach down through one arm. Breathing out back to center. Other way. And repeat. So while you move side to side here, focus on the movement from your core, from your obliques, your deep core muscles. So engaging through the center body as you reach down with the arm. Tall spine in the center. And 2 more. 1 more. Okay. Lovely. We'll do a couple of easy roll downs here. So just to start to kind of slow things down, we're going to reach down with our arms down towards the mat, stretching through the back of the legs, dropping the head. Bend the knees and scoop yourself back up. We'll do that 2 more times. So reaching down through the spine. Arms come down as far as is comfortable. Nod your head a little bit to release some tension. Bending the knees, rolling back up. And the last time, Let's reach down again nice and gently. And we can stay down now here, trying to either pedal out the legs one by one, or you can keep a bend in the knees and hold onto your elbows. And you can rock a little bit side to side. Taking deep breaths into the belly. Strap the arms, bend the knees, roll back up again. Until your head comes up lastly. And we'll just finish with some neck rolls, which always feels really nice because we tend to hold lots of tension in our neck, especially if you find you're seated for a long time in the day. It's a really nice way to signal to your nervous system that you're relaxed, you're calm, and trying to stay in a parasympathetic state. And so we're not in a state of fight or flight or survival. Let's go the other way with the neck rolls. So it's a lovely somatic practice that communicates to your nervous system that you're calm. Whenever you need a break. Let's just finish by doing one final full body stretch. As we breathe in, we reach our arms all the way up to the sky. Breathing, expanding through the ribs. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, arms slowly come down by your side. Thank you so much for working out with me here today. I hope you have a lovely week and I'll see you next time.